Welcome into the session. Today we're going to talk about the feature comparison between Bard and ChatGPT based on the input provided by Bard and GPT on their own features. So before we jump into the session, I just want to give a background on the context of this presentation. Back in November 2022, when ChatGPT released that GPT 3.5 version based on the OpenAI large language model, the AI become the mainstream, and within a couple of months, more than 100 million users sign up and actively started using the application. And with the release of the early February timeframe with the Bard, the AI is one of the application used by everybody in their day-to-day life. So now with both Bard and GPT, there are a lot of people ask, question which one I use, or Bard or ChatGPT. So let's find out based on their own word, and also I'll give my opinion, but you can also your judgment based on the input given in this presentation. So let's look at each of the feature. So the first of all, before we go comparing the features, what I put it here is based on the input from both the input for the ChatGPT is provided by the ChatGPT, and the feature set what put under the Bard is provided by Bard. So the wording of the description of the feature is provided from their own wording. So I just want to make sure you understand that, because the reason is they word in a different way each feature, and you can when you go through the presentation you understand what is there are some way they put the wording is important. So that's why I don't want to change anything from the presentation point of view, use their own wording. Okay, let's go through that. The feature was the model. The Bard is based on that Lambda model, and the ChatGPT is based on the GPT generative pre-trained transformer model architecture from OpenAI. So the training data set, the text and code from the internet, and also if you look at the one thing I highlighted here is the red item, which are the difference from between them, right? So that's why I highlighted in red is real-time information from Google search, which is a Bard use that, and then if you look at the text and code from internet for ChatGPT is up to September 2021, and then the capabilities, text generation, language translation, creative content, comprehensive answers, access to real-world information through Google search. This is something like different what is in the Bard have, and ChatGPT text generation, language translation, creative content, and answer and question, answers the question. So now if you look at the limitations, so this is a limitation on their own word. Under development, may not handle all tasks, still learning to be comprehensive and informative, can generate inaccurate or misleading information, lack of real-time information, sensitive to input parsing, and the potential of presence of bias. So you see the difference how they wording of the limitation, right? Okay, and the cost is free, both are free, but a premium version is available from ChatGPT for the ChatGPT Plus, which have a higher performance. So now look at the next one is availability. Available to anyone with an internet connection. Web only, that's a Bard, and then the ChatGPT we have available. Same thing with available to anyone with internet connection, web as well as mobile. So and generative can generate various formats of creative text content, including poems, code, script, musical pieces, email, letters, etc. Can generate various formats of creative text content, including poem, code, script, musical pieces, email, letters, etc. They are exactly the same. Both are providing the same. And then comprehensive, provide comprehensive and informative answer even if they are open-ended and challenging and strange. And ChatGPT aims to provide information and relevant response. It may not always provide a comprehensive answer, especially for complex specific queries. And if you look at here the Google the Bard came, there will be more more kind of more comprehensive in terms of answers. And then intelligent, it's powered by Google AI, the based on the, I would say. So it's understand context better, constantly being updated and improved, less likely to give wrong answers and wrong information. But if you look at ChatGPT, they say that training a large language model may have good contextual understanding, may generate inaccurate or misleading information. Right? So these are, you see some differences. Yeah, let's continue the features. Now look at the accuracy. Accuracy says constantly updated and improved, less likely to generate inaccurate or misleading information. Answer generated by ChatGPT can vary on accuracy and should be varied from reliable sources. So ChatGPT says that you should verify always to reliable sources, but Bard says, it's not claimed the same way. And user-friendly, easy to use, understand, simply type in your query in your press enter and Bard will generate a text, translate language, or answer your question in an informative way. Can be user-friendly with a clear instruction and prompt. And secure, so both are security and secure and confidential. And scalability can be scalable to handle large amount of data and traffic. Can be scalable to handle large amount of data. They are same exactly. So these are the overall the features based on what is provided. So you, based on the data what we shared, you can judge which one to use where based on your use cases. Okay, let's look at the summary. So with the comparing those features, I've just put a summary of based on the features for the real time. And if it required the current data and real time, then I think Bard is better because it takes the data from the Google search and mixed with the large language model from the past data. So it's for real time, it's definitely Bard is better. And then most of the use cases both are mostly comparable. So we cannot say which one is better, or we are mostly comparable. And then my opinion here, the best way to use this chaining between both Bard and ChatGPT to make sure we can leverage best out of both the language large language models of and also the data set. They are trained with the data set, different set of data set, even though it's a common internet and other data set used for training, but there is going to be definitely some difference in the data they trained on. So that way the chaining will give the best result for both. And then the one fundamental thing is both, even though Google claim a little bit saying that it's mostly accurate, but definitely ChatGPT says you need to verify. So the recommendation always based on what we data so far, we see that always it's good to verify before publishing any data to public. Make sure that the accuracy is there is no hallucination from the data what we got it from the LLM module. So in summary, it's very useful for using either of them, and chaining will be the best option. So that way, you can leverage the best out of both. Okay, thank you.